I've been asked many times, how do you go about planning an artistic season? And there are so many factors that go into the mix in designing and planning for a particular season. One of the determining factors is the availability of world-class artists who want to come here to sing a specific role. What we've tried to do in this season is to engage world-class artists in their signature roles, and I think we've been quite successful in that. So that's one factor that goes into planning a season. The other is, in a sense, like planning a balanced meal. We try to include repertoire of various periods, various languages, and certainly a variety of composers. I've tried to at least present the major operas of Mozart, one each year, I think, every year since I've been here. Cosi, I believe, particularly represents Mozart's greatest skill as a composer of ensemble writing. Cosi is an opera which tries to, with tongue-in-cheek effort, describe the unfaithfulness of these two sisters to their intended lovers. It's just a brilliant comedy of Mozart. Don Alfonso says, all women are unfaithful. And Guglielmo and Ferrando say, oh, that's impossible. Our lovers will forever be faithful, no matter what. And they place a wager.
My name is Michael Mays, and I will be singing the role of Guglielmo in Cosi fan Tutte. He and his good friend Ferrando are encountering, women troubles like we all do, and they get into a bet with their tutor about fickleness and the constant nature of women. My wife is Lauren McNeese. She'll be singing the role of Dorabella. We're really excited to get out there in the desert and do some hiking and get up in the mountains, Arizona, and that whole area. I think it really inspires great art and great things to happen.
Lauren McNeese has performed this role of Dorabella with the Lyric Opera of Chicago, one of the premier opera companies of the world, to rave reviews. The second opera we'll be presenting next season is the powerful, dramatically riveting opera of Richard Strauss' Salome, based on the biblical tale of Salome and John the Baptist. The music that Richard Strauss has composed to underscore this drama is one of the most compelling, intricate, and difficult scores, both for the singers as well as for the orchestra. It's a huge orchestration with tons of powerful orchestral drama as well as vocal drama.
My name is Greer Grimsley, and I will be singing the part of John the Baptist in Salome. It's a part that's very dear to me because it's the first part that I did in this particular repertoire of German opera, and it started me down a wonderful path into the German repertoire in opera. I'll be performing with my wife, Loretta Bybee. Myself and Loretta are looking forward to seeing the Grand Canyon.
We see on stage throughout the opera the psychological disillusion of the title character, Salome. She considers herself to be the consummate seductress. King Herod is sort of torn between his, in a sense, enticement by Salome, and finally makes a huge request for her to do the dance of the 7 veils for him. And at first she resists, knowing that she has the power to extract anything she wants in return. And indeed, what she finally asks for is the head of the prisoner, John the Baptist, on a platter. Kelly Kay Hogan, who will be one of our Salomes, just recently made her Metropolitan Opera debut. She returns to the Met this year for performances of Die Walküre, and has made a career of title roles. And we're thrilled to have someone who has sung this title role of Salome to come here and bring it to our stage. The third opera in our season is Puccini's beloved La Boheme. It's an opera that literally touches everyone in the audience emotionally. I think everyone can relate with the everyman concept of young love, that perhaps have no resources other than their emotional connection to one another. One of our mimis, Eileen Perez, is a powerful, committed artist who will absolutely bring the audience to tears with her portrayal of this leading character in this opera. As much as we do in Traviata with Violetta, we find ourselves riveted to this character and her ever-abiding love for Rodolfo, the young poet. Music of La Boheme is so rich in orchestral color. It's filled with passion. The singers imbue their roles through the beauty of their voices with the deepest emotions that translate across the stage and reach everyone's hearts. Following La Boheme, Arizona Opera is producing an event that is a once-in-a-lifetime, must-see event for absolutely everyone in Arizona and beyond. We have managed to attract to our stage for this concert 4 of the greatest singing artists today. Christine Brewer, arguably the greatest Strauss soprano in the world today, is coming to our stage to sing arias from Strauss, Wagner, Beethoven, which are some of the roles to which she has sung on the world's greatest opera stages. Now, Dolores Zajic, the most famous Verdi mezzo-soprano in the world today, is also coming to be part of this concert. Dolores sings at such opera companies as La Scala, the Met, Houston, San Francisco, Chicago, leading opera houses of the entire world. Joining her will be tenor Stuart Neal, who just returned from La Scala, where he sang in Don Carlo with Ms. Zajic. Of course, baritone Gordon Hawkins, who is very well known to our audiences because his primary residence is here in Arizona, but has sung on almost every major opera house stage in the world.
My name is Gordon Hawkins, and I will be singing a concert of signature arias for the Arizona Opera. For baritone, if you're singing Verdi, you're singing some of the most beautiful lyric lines that any singer would ever want. I know that I will be singing some Verdi. I know that we will be singing some Wagner, and we'll just leave some surprises.
We are going to be presenting arias and ensembles from operas which may never appear on our stages because they are such huge, expensive operas to produce. And we are so fortunate to be able to share the music of these great operas of Richard Strauss and Wagner with our Arizona audience. We close our season with the brilliant comic opera of Rossini, the ever-popular Barber of Seville, which will leave audiences not only amused, but charmed by these characters. Barber of Seville has a prominent place in the bel canto repertory. The bel canto period of opera represented composers, primarily Rossini, Bellini, Donizetti, provided them with the opportunity to show off in numerous ways the beauty and versatility of the human voice. Voices are required to move extremely quickly, meaning be able to sing tons of notes in very fast order, as well as maintain a gorgeous sound. Marian Pop, the Romanian baritone, will be one of our Figaros, and this is his signature role as well. I've just had the privilege of conducting Rossini's opera La Cenerentola with Marian Pop as Dandini, and I assure you he is not only a great singer vocally, but a stage animal. He chews up the scenery. I think to close our season with a delightful comedy will bring everyone into the spring and summer with a sense of lightness and perhaps a bit of frivolity.